The Rise and Grind Morning Show is on 419 The Grind.
Shit is crazy, ain't it? Mesmerized by your vibe since the day we dated. Sorry to say, it ain't go the way I contemplated, but I'd be lying if I say I wanna go and change it. Love you crazy. Shit was like perfect for like a long time. Telling when niggas would ever cross lines. Fucking me crazy, saying it's all mine. Embarrassing moments, yelling you so fine. You was different, and I was tripping. You was passionate about your children. The only thing that you lacked was some superstition, but I ain't tripping about it. You do good and that's about it. Clear my brain when it's clouded, but shit got weird. We turned so damn cold. You went from calling me babe to calling me asshole. Slowly not attending all of my damn shows. Kinda hope we can put that shit in the past. Can you believe where we came from? Can we get it back there? I'd love to get us back there, with all the real kisses and hugs. Can we get it back there? I'd love to get us back there, 'cause I don't want no time lost. You've been had my mind gone. Us is all that I'm on. My love for you so damn strong, loving you so damn long. I guess I'm just dead wrong. Can we get it back there? See, we ain't perfect, and some of the shit that we did just wasn't worth it. Arguing long nights really without a purpose. I love you my whole damn life, and that's for certain. I love you, baby. Shit just got me going crazy. Thought that you would really be my only lady. Sleeping with lights on my days and nights long. Believe me when I say I really needed you to come and save me. Maybe it's my fault, say I fucking did it. Gone and just leave, really, who fucking did it? Maybe I'm crazy, expected something different. Forever fucked up by how you fucking did it. My bad, I'm slipping, but you got me tripping. I'm just a fiend and you deem my prescription. You call me tonight, I won't fight, I'll just listen. I'll come when you call, give a fuck about the distance. Can you believe where we came from? Can we get it back there? I'd love to get us back there, with all the real kisses and hugs. Can we get it back there? I'd love to get us back there, 'cause I don't want no time lost. You've been had my mind gone. Us is all that I'm on. My love for you. It just wasn't worth it. Arguing long nights really without a purpose. I love you my whole damn life, and that's for certain. I love you, baby. Shit just got me going crazy. Thought that you would really be my only lady. Sleeping with lights on my days and nights long. Believe me when I say I really needed you to come and save me. Maybe it's my fault, say I fucking did it. Gone and just leave, really, who fucking did it? Maybe I'm crazy, expected something different. Forever fucked up by how you fucking did it. My bad, I'm slipping, but you got me tripping. I'm just a fiend and you deem my prescription. You call me tonight, I won't fight, I'll just listen. I'll come when you call, give a fuck about the distance. Can you believe where we came from? Can we get it back there? I'd love to get us back there, with all the real kisses and hugs. Can we get it back there? I'd love to get us back there, 'cause I don't want no time lost. You've been had my mind gone. Us is all that I'm on. My love for you so damn strong, loving you so damn long. I guess I'm just dead wrong. Can we get it back there? I'd love to get us back there. Can we get it back there? Can we get it back there? I'd love to get us back there. Can we get it back there? Can we get it back there? Can you believe where we came from? there. I'd love to get us back there. Can we get it back there? I'd love to get us back there. Can we get it back there?
But I learned from my lessons. On my old exes thought that I was a menace, yeah. Took her serious, but then she cheated like a villain. She wanted bad, but I'm one in a million. Cause your love is stronger than a feeling, and it hurts just think about you leaving. I can't waste no now just move on, girl. I know what you like. I'm made up in your life. Be there.
Hey, yo, Lang, check dig, man. I was just sitting back reminiscing, man, you know what I'm saying, and vibing on how things used to be, you dig? Like when we was youngsters, you know what I'm saying, that OSDN used to rock. St. Angeles jump, you know?
When children used to see the tents every day. When kids really used to go outside and play. When females used to carry themselves as women. Where hustlers used to chew their tongue without snitching.
Listen, I remember back in the day when I was a child, doing bad, mama used to take us to eat at Hot and Now. Very convenient, the food was good and plus it was cheap. Creeping off the block to go swimming at Willie's every week. Dirt courts in just about every backyard, hooping on crates. Sneaking jars out the house, trying to catch lightning bugs and snakes. The good old days when penny candy really used to cost a penny. Ice cream truck had ice cream on it, you could buy for 10 pennies. Pimping your bike out with chrome caps, reflectors, and mirrors. The hood used to be a village back when the neighbors cared. It was less snitching, more females carried themselves like women. I wish I could go back and visit, cause I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the tents every day.
I mean, it ain't got that same vibe it got no more.
Really used to go outside and play.
Yeah, okay. I feel where you going, CJ.
Females used to carry themselves as
Okay,
women.
man. It's your boy Bobcat, man. Just reminiscing. Check this.
Where hustlers used to chew their tongue without snitching.
I'm just reminiscing about the old days. And nah, I don't go far back as the OJs. Lane, look, I'm talking late 80s, early 90s. On Auburn up at Peach Rose is where you could find me. I was screaming crossroads for the love of the dough. 16 double O until the world blow. When Indo and Joint Mob had a lock on the South. And Orton Coleman had you scared to come out of your house. Around the time when Magic Wand found out he was plera. And Ray Stone was so fly, yeah, that was the era. Philly and Philly and all was repping for Out Hill. That Scott and Libby gang could damn near get a nigga killed. When Northtown was bumping, Southwick was slumping. Follow the light, lightning rod had every club jumping. I give a arm, a leg, 2 shoulders, and a tooth. To see Toledo how it was in my youth. Man, I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the tents every day. When kids really used to go outside and play. When females used to carry themselves as women. Where hustlers used to chew their tongue without snitching.
Wake up, Toledo.
Wake your ass up.
You're listening to the 419 Grinds Rise and Grind Morning Show.
What up, dog? What up, dog? Hump day.
Grind time. Huh?
Grind time. What up, Dennis? The
Hey,
biggest?
guys.
People's champ.
Good to be back.
Hey.
Welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Shae, Clyde, Green, and Jay with Dennis Sawan. That's the Lawyer Wednesday. Work it out Wednesday.
Let's go.
Work it out.
Work it out.
Work it out. What's up, Jesse?
Oh, you know, hanging in there.
Hanging, swinging,
Hanging
hanging.
and swinging, banging and fanging.
Trying to make it work.
Shout out to our sponsors, Hotbox,
Hot box.
Mud City Entertainment,
Yeah, yeah.
J. Russ Jennings,
Hey, Jay.
Umadop Lucas County,
Freedom.
Sawan and Sawan,
The champ is here.
The Social Butterfly,
Hey, Miss Carter.
Little Tots Transportation,
Scratch that. Beep, beep.
Dr. Shiva Billions,
Make it rain, y'all. Make it rain.
and Mud Made.
Bud May, get over to budmade.com. You got a few days left. Use promo code 419GRIND. Get 20% off the entire website.
They opened a store downtown, huh?
Yeah.
Yep,
that'll be
yep.
dope.
Looks
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
From what I can
Real
see.
nice. It's a store. It's like a photography studio. All kinds of
Basketball
stuff.
court.
Basketball court.
Basketball court, sweet.
Shoot
Yeah.
21.
Nice.
First shot 21.
Yeah. If you would like to become a sponsor of the Rise and Grind Morning Show, send your info to Rise
Big grind.
at the419grind.com and you can become a sponsor of our show.
That's right. What's up, Dennis?
Man, I'm happy to
How
be
was
here.
holiday?
Good. I'm ready for a new year.
Did you watch The Christmas Story?
Nah.
No, did you?
But I did watch the Santa Claus. You guys ever watch that movie?
What's that?
That's
With
Tim Allen.
Like Tim Allen, he like gets this little
yeah.
card and it says like in the fine print on the card that he has to be Santa, so that he gets stuck
Right.
being Santa. It's like a good lawyer movie too. It's
like,
like
how
you got to
many-
read that fine print, man.
Right.
You might end up Santa or some shit.
How many of them did they make? Was it like 2 or 3 of them?
There's a couple of them at least, but the first one's the
I didn't
one.
watch that one this year.
It's a good. That's what I watched. But you look back at it like, man, those special effects were whack.
Yeah, horrible.
Like you could do better now on a phone.
Right.
But
And they was making millions.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah. And I counted how many shows we did. 31 last year.
31.
So I always remember 2021 for linking up with you guys.
Oh,
That's when this thing happened.
So that's
31
31
shows?
weeks just with you.
Yeah.
You did a month of shows, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah, full month.
Yeah, full. Like
Yeah.
Month of Sundays.
30
So-
days. 31
That's
days.
what's up. That's
Yeah,
what's
man.
up.
Wow.
So I appreciate you guys.
We
Yeah, appreciate you.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
making our Wednesdays a different type of day than what we used to.
That's a story that's like you don't get what you don't ask for type of thing. Because I remember just like popping out and just being like, hey, you guys want to
Right. Yeah.
do this?
Well, let's see what it do.
You guys were all open to the idea. I mean,
Sounds good. Make it work.
I think it was a great matchup.
Yeah, so I appreciate you guys. Yeah. 2021, I'll remember that.
Yeah, you learned got a little hip hop, got a little more hip hop.
Is that what happened? Is that what you think?
I thought he was already good.
Did it was pretty good.
I thought he was. We got traffic and weather?
Yeah, it's a little foggy outside, a little hazy.
Little.
Yeah, it was.
It's tough.
Yeah,
Expressway was tough.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
It's foggy out there for sure.
It's actually a dense fog advisory right now in Lucas County. I gotta go do all this. I'm trying to see how long. Till about 10 a.m. So you guys be careful out there driving. But if you're traveling, it says it's going east all the way over to like 80, 90 towards Cleveland and Pennsylvania. So if you're traveling, take your time, go a little slow. Visibility is really less than 1 mile. So
Yeah. You can't even see downtown right now.
Right,
The skyline's just
Wow.
completely.
right, so
It's moody though.
take your time. Some of them cars you can't see
Yeah.
until you get right up on them in that fog. So
So give yourself a little bit more time. Extend your follow distance. All that.
it's about 36 degrees right now with a high to get to 40, and that's your weather. Traffic
right.
was
Sounds good
it
to
was
me.
based off the weather. Traffic was
Yeah. Trending topics?
Oh wait, I was supposed to do trending topics.
It's trending topics in Toledo
No, I got you.
on the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
I see you got Tesla back in the mix.
You know I had to get Tesla.
All right.
Lost my mic.
You lost your mic?
Yeah, at least my headphones.
Huh?
Check.
Check your headphones.
Are you there?
There we go. Maybe.
Oh, you did it.
Oh well. No, there we go. I got it.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. All right, let's do it, guys. Trending topics.
Let's do it.
Talking about fog, car accidents, all that. A lot of celebrities got into some car accidents recently, high-profile ones.
Right.
First one, William Shatner. We all know from Star
Captain
Trek,
Kirk?
Captain Kirk, man.
What?
Captain Kirk?
Yeah, man.
Why is he driving?
Priceline.com?
He's 90 years old.
Right, that's what
He
I'm
just
saying.
went to space on Jeff Bezos' Amazon Blue
He was
Origin.
on that
thing.
with
Yeah.
He went with Michael Strahan?
I think so. I don't know who else was on there, but it was Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin.
Did they make him pay or did he get to go out?
No, probably not. Just like for,
They didn't
Yeah,
make him
Captain
Captain
Kirk.
Kirk. You gotta go
But then
to
you
space.
imagine you come back to Earth and then you
But
get a
he
car
made-
accident.
He tried to make Tom Hanks pay.
Yeah.
The Tom Hanks went
Well,
on it.
Captain Kirk maybe gets a pass. Or maybe he doesn't even care. Like, William
Space.
Shatner's got that money. He can
The
pay.
final frontier.
Right. Except he came back to Earth and then he
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
car accident. Might have been safer in
Oh, wow,
space.
yeah.
But the car accident looked pretty serious. I mean, the guy's 90 years old.
You don't got no chauffeur?
I don't know. He was driving like it looked like a Mercedes SUV, and the damage was pretty significant.
Wow.
They didn't say that anybody was injured at the scene, but it's one of those things that you got to remember that just because somebody doesn't go immediately to a hospital doesn't mean they're not injured.
Right.
Like I don't know if you guys ever dealt with adrenaline after if you've been in a fight or you ever got in a car accident or anything else. Adrenaline's a no joke, man. There's stories of like pregnant women lifting up cars and all sorts of crazy stuff because like you just don't feel pain when you're not like adrenaline is specifically created so that you don't feel pain and you can either fight or flight, you know?
Right.
And you got to be able to run. If there's even stories of people on broken legs being able to run on the broken leg with adrenaline. So I hope he's all right. He's a 90-year-old man. He just got in a car accident, and just because he didn't go to the hospital doesn't necessarily mean the guy's not injured. So
And they stated that he was driving.
yeah, oh yeah. He was out. There was pictures of him out, like talking about the accident, which is another no-no. Really, like after a car accident, you really don't need to be discussing who's at fault.
That's right. You know they coming for you.
He probably wanted to tell a story, like William.
He's William Shatner, like Captain Kirk in character.
Yeah. trying to text the driver.
Did y'all know that Michael Myers' mask is Captain Kirk?
I did not know that.
Yes, is Captain Kirk.
Is there like an Easter egg in one of the movies about it where like he picks up a Captain Kirk mask?
No. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, they just shaved his eyebrows off and
like low budget.
Yeah,
just like this
sprayed some of his hair and
so it's like a Captain Kirk mask.
It's actually a Captain Kirk mask. Yeah.
Wow.
Why did you find that on that?
Netflix.
What was it like the movies that made us?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty cool show.
Yeah. So. Check that out.
Another person who was recently in a car accident, DeShazer Everett. He's the safety for Washington. He was involved in the car accident in Virginia last Thursday night and unfortunately killed one of his female passengers.
Oh, wow.
He had a 29-year-old woman named Olivia Peters in the seat in his 2010 Nissan GTR. GTR is a pretty fast car. Known to be pretty fast. So they don't know exactly what caused it, but it was a single car accident, and apparently it went off the road, hit a tree. He has pretty serious injuries as well, the safety. But unfortunately, this woman didn't survive. One of the things that this always like makes me think about is whenever you see these car insurance commercials, what do they always say? You've been seeing a bunch of these lately? They always say, we can save you money, but what...
about saving your life or nothing like that.
Well, right, but more importantly, it's like people don't think about what are they not buying. Like when they're saving money, if you're strictly focused on saving money, what are you not buying?
Right.
And for this type of situation, you got this woman who probably was his live-in girlfriend. And what people don't realize is when they're buying insurance, a lot of the time there's these exclusions, like holes in policies, right? And people fall through these holes all the time.
So
the biggest one, the biggest one, probably one of the most evil ones, is the family exclusion, which says that if you're related by blood, adoption, or if you live together, you can't recover on the insurance policy of the driver. So in this instance, if this DeShazer Everett had this insurance policy that had a family exclusion and this woman lived with him, she's not going to be able to get anything, nor is her family, for the fact that she passed away. I mean, there's a legion of adjusters and lawyers sitting there saying, hey, maybe we can find an exclusion here.
Wow.
So
that is crazy.
Every time I see those commercials, I get a little bit upset with the car insurance companies because all they ever want to talk about, they do one of two things. They either show you some lizard or some little character that has nothing to do with protecting you, or they talk about how cheap they can make your insurance without telling you what are you giving up for that.
Exactly. Some of them really don't be that cheap.
Yeah, I don't want the Rogers rate at State Farm. it might not cover everything I need.
That's what I'm saying. Right. So what comes along with that? Yeah. It's like you can't always just be thinking about what's the cheapest option possible. But tragic accident for this woman. I don't know if he's even all right.
And that's crazy. Just even on a different side of that story, the NFL players will get jacked up. Killed.
It's because they've been careless.
Well, yeah, they're probably driving very fast vehicles. They're maybe not used to driving those type of fast vehicles. They're being reckless about it. I mean, I don't know if this specific guy was, but
How old is he?
I think he was. Well, she was 29. He's probably in his 20s, I would think.
Yeah, still young.
Yeah, definitely way too young. But for a 2010 Nissan GTR it's like a street race.
A 2010, so he probably bought it and souped it up.
I mean, they're usually Nissan GTR.
Yeah, it's probably already souped up when he bought it.
Yeah, because you're not buying in 2010 unless there's something special about it, right? Yeah. So it probably was a fast car. He was coming from dinner with some friends. Don't know if there was
what I could do.
Yeah. I mean, I think that if you get that kind of money and fame, you probably start to think you're invincible.
Right.
So, anyways.
It's a power that comes with them dollars.
Yeah, that's right. We talk about Tesla all the time.
Recently,
they just came under a little bit more heat because apparently they had this functionality in the vehicle that allowed you to play video games in the car while it was driving. It was supposed to just be for the passengers, not the drivers. But then when you mix that with the autopilot abilities, a lot of people are possibly driving and playing video games, right? So
where would the screen be for that? I wonder.
Where would the what?
Screen.
It's like the big screen in the front. You know how they have like an iPad basically sitting in the front? That's where you could play. And you can play all sorts of different games of like varying complexity. But the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, Traffic Safety Administration said they're opening up a probe on this. As soon as they did that, they were like, okay, we're turning it off. Nobody can play video games in this car anymore.
Never started that.
So yeah, they're definitely afraid that even if the driver isn't playing it, the driver can see the game that's going on.
Yeah,
so like it's just obviously in a world where self-driving cars are totally normal, maybe that's not the end of the world. But like Tesla says, if you're using self-driving functionality, you got to be paying attention. You 10 and 2.
You still got to be driving.
Yeah, 10 and 2. The whole deal. So for now, at least, no video games in the car unless you like bring your own or something. I don't know. But it's almost like they keep doing things that are like unforced errors. Like they're adding more to that.
What about like watching movies or something?
I know that in a lot of Teslas there is like Netflix and stuff.
Right.
I don't know whether or not you can watch it while you're driving or not.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
I'm sure you can.
Oh, this keeps popping out. Check. There we go. So yeah, no more video games for now. I don't know about Netflix, but
That's funny. That's not funny, but it's funny that Tesla keeps.
It's almost like they don't care. It's like, maybe they're so confident in their self-driving abilities and how generally safe it is. Because you have to also remember, like we talk about these car accidents a lot. What's the basis for all like William Shatner and Everett? It's human error. So maybe humans are actually more dangerous behind the wheel. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I mean, to get those kind of clearances, they had to do all kind of tests and get approved to make sure that it was going to function right.
But the crazy thing is, then the government comes out and says, "Wait, well, what are you doing? We're stopping this."
Right. See, now if every car was self-drivable and had auto detection for each car in front or behind or beside it, that wouldn't be a problem. I think.
Except unless like the internet goes down, power goes down, interconnectedness of vehicles,
Bluetooth.
Yeah, probably could be fine.
Because Bluetooth doesn't go with internet or Wi-Fi.
So yeah, maybe that's the solution. Is every car is automated and it's no problem. I don't know, and then everyone can play all the video games they want, man.
I think y'all put too much faith in technology.
Yeah,
you gotta that's a lot of faith to have in technology.
Have you seen The Matrix?
No, everybody's telling you not to look at it.
Have you seen any of the Matrices?
Yeah, but I didn't really get into it.
That movie's all about putting too much faith in technology. Yeah, okay. I thought you were like using that as like a defense for like why technology.
I wasn't. I'm thinking that's why he said that.
No.
Okay, yeah, it's like a dark dystopian thing where you're like people are in pods.
It's like a metaverse, right?
People are like harvesting humans.
Yeah, like we will be in a pod, and what we're doing here right now is like we're
not really here.
Not really here.
It's a simulation.
Yeah, it's in our brain.
Might be a simulation, man.
Yeah, it could be. We could be in the Matrix.
Anyway,
see, hold
on. You guys saw that tragedy with Drakeo the Ruler?
Who?
Rapper? No? He was in that song with Drake.
What's his name?
Drakeo the Ruler. He was in a song with Drake.
Drakeo.
Yeah. Anyway,
tell us about it.
He's a rapper. He was at a show in LA. It's a tough time to be in show business right now. Yeah. I don't know what it is about people coming together, but it seems that like when people are coming together more recently, things are happening that are,
bad.
Yeah,
bad things.
So he was backstage at this Once Upon a Time concert in LA, and a bunch of people were there backstage as they probably usually are, except that there were a little bit more than usual, and somebody stabbed him. While he was backstage at the show, his mother now came out saying that she's looking to sue Live Nation and the promoters, kind of back to this Travis Scott type of thing, because they were letting people in. There might have been lax security backstage, all this stuff.
Wow.
So what's his mother is trying to sue?
She said she has plans to.
Sue promoters.
She said, "We plan to sue." This is a direct quote. "This happened backstage in an event. Someone has to be held accountable. They let all these people in, and you're not supposed to have all these people backstage. And your security's supposed to be in place. The whole program should have been orchestrated a lot better than it was."
Did they catch the person that stabbed you?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. But she was talking more about just like whoever created the situation that allowed that to happen.
Right, but I mean, like maybe the person who stabbed you had a backstage pass or all access pass. Like who had all access passes and who did?
Who's to say that this person that stabbed him
Didn't have access.
What's supposed to be there? Yeah, I don't know. And you know what Live Nation said is this happened on a roadway behind the stage, which is like lawyer speak to me of saying like, well, that wasn't our fault.
Like that's back there making the sale.
But I don't know if that's what they intended that way.
Like in the alley or something.
I don't know. This is what they say. Live Nation told Rolling Stone in a statement that the incident took place, quote, in a roadway backstage. Like, why are you saying that? Like, it sounds like very
on the property.
Like, it was definitely on a different piece of property. Like, I don't know if that's how they intended it or they were just simply clarifying it. But in any event,
it wasn't on the stage or it wasn't on the wherever the audience was at. So they put their defense down.
All these conversations start getting really like, I think they cause a lot of division amongst people because back a couple weeks ago we were talking about that bar that got sued for billions of dollars because they overserved somebody. He went on and killed somebody in his car, and these things cause a lot of divisions because what we're really trying to do is we're trying to say who's responsible. Right. And I'm not saying that in that instance the person who chose to drink and drive was not responsible, but if you serve a visibly intoxicated person, you're the sober one. You're the one in the best position to stop that from happening.
Is that like a bartender's oath or something like?
I mean, dram shop liability is what it's called. They used to sell drams, which were spoonfuls of gin in England. That's what a dram is. I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
So dram shop liability in America is basically from that. But it says if you serve a visibly drunk person, overserve a visibly drunk person, then you're responsible just the same as them.
Yeah, especially if you got them visibly drunk.
If you can see it,
I'm the bartender and I'm serving them just to get the money.
Right.
Pretty much,
He probably was tipping good.
And so if it's just about money, like then you should have to have some responsibility. But people were really like in the comments, people were really going at each other like on either side of that. They were either saying like, well, I think that there should be personal responsibility for the person who drank. There were some people who said, yeah, of course the bar should do it if they're overly, served. And then some people were saying, how far does this thing go? What if we want to sue the car manufacturer for making a car and letting somebody get in it? But look, the reality is that there's only one person who was there and made the decision to keep serving that person, presumably sober, and the bartender's presumably sober, and then they just keep on serving when they shouldn't.
So, as the driver who was served the alcohol and I killed somebody, I'm going to sue you as the bartender. Yes, I am.
For what? For getting me in that situation?
For getting me in that situation. You knew I was drunk.
Look.
And you keep serving me.
I am not trying to.
I don't have any kind of coherence of what I'm asking for.
What if you had two different bartenders, though? Maybe you didn't have the same.
I'm gonna sue the bar. I'm gonna sue the bar. The whole bar.
I'm not trying to say. I think between the bartender and the person who got that drunk, the person who got that drunk has the most personal responsibility.
Right.
Like I'm not saying that people don't have personal responsibility.
Right. No, yeah, I agree with that. But I'm saying since I'm gonna be in trouble for driving drunk and killing somebody, I'm going to be held responsible.
So
but
you're going to
put
it on the bar.
I'm going to put it on the bar for serving.
Because you're more responsible.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Between
those
people.
The way these lawsuits go is like
it's crazy.
It's crazy that the person, me as a driver, would probably sue the bar.
That's not gonna fly.
You don't think so?
That's not gonna fly. You think a jury in the right mind is gonna say
I don't think so. No,
no, I don't think that's gonna happen. But people were really upset for like a couple reasons. They were upset that the bar was getting targeted when they shouldn't have. Even though we got to be clear, people don't know the full facts. Like how drunk was this person? He's falling off his chair. Like how many? He had 11 drinks while he was there.
I mean, 11 what drinks?
You give me 11 of anything, you're gonna be drunk. Give me 11 Miller Lights.
Not the Applebee's margaritas.
I mean,
no.
Well,
it tastes like Kool-Aid.
So I mean, it's facts.
It's not about the taste though, because that still can affect you.
Bus driving is drunk driving.
The bar business and hospitality is a responsibility business at the end of the day, right? Like you're in the business of being responsible for other people, making sure that they're safe and having a good time, and there's got to come some liability with that. You can't just be reckless out there.
Yeah.
It's like lighting something on fire and then catches the whole neighborhood on fire and you say it's not my fault.
It's the match's fault.
How much did that bar get hit for? $1 billion?
$301 billion was the judgment.
Whoa. That's a lot.
But it's to send a message.
They don't have that.
Like, they're gonna go bankrupt probably, which is like, it's not about the money. It's about like, okay, we're talking about it now, right? We wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't that number.
Right, yeah.
Really.
And where was it at?
Texas. But people were, people. I mean, that's one of those ones that people. It's controversial, man, because a lot of people just say like the bar shouldn't be.
They
like
drink in Texas a lot, though. They drink a lot in Texas. You know, that's where saloons started. Really,
Everything's bigger in Texas, Even the cups.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Even the mugs.
You guys see this Big Sean? You guys ever watch Drink Champs?
Yeah.
With Nori? It's good. It's a good podcast.
I love it.
You see that Big Sean one? It was like 3 hours long.
I didn't get to see that one yet, but I've seen a couple of snippets from it.
It's really good. And Big Sean, this is like such a crazy story because you guys know how Big Sean came up, right? He used to go on radio stations up in Detroit all the time, and like he didn't even have barely gas to get to the radio station. And one time he just happened to be there, and Kanye came in, and then rest is history. He rapped for Kanye. Kanye signed him. Whatever. And that was always like the greatest basis for a story for a rapper, right? Like coming up from just sort of like putting in the work, being in the right place, meeting your idol. Well, now Big Sean is having some problems with Kanye because Kanye came on Drink Champs and said basically signing Big Sean was the worst thing that he ever did. So then Big Sean came on there and said, I did an audit of my label and Good Music owes me $6 million.
That's a lot of...
Which is kind of crazy because like we keep talking about all these big name artists that you would think would have some visibility and like a machine in place to make sure they're not losing money. And if Big Sean, who he's had like 5 platinum albums on Good Music, for him to be, he's like by far the biggest selling artist on Good Music for sure. And
T-Pain,
I don't think he's well. If he is. He didn't release all of his albums on Good Music. Big Sean released every single album he's had on Good Music.
T-Pain didn't do all his albums on Good Music. No, okay.
So
how did he get that $6 million?
Okay, so apparently there's like a deal between Universal and Good Music where Universal has paid a bunch of money to Good Music, but it just never made it into Big Sean's pocket. So he got a new manager. And the manager was like, you got to audit the label. When's the last time you audited the label? Because any artist who's on a label, you really should be auditing them every once in a while. They're not going to like that, but you have the right to. And then he started doing the audit. He said he spent like a couple $100,000 doing this audit. He figured out that they owed him $6 million. So he says.
So it's now $6,200,000 and something thousand. For the audit.
And Kanye owes him that.
What's that?
Kanye West, Ye owes him that.
Yeah, it's Big Sean wasn't like exactly clear who owed it to him. Like if it was like even if Kanye knew,
Yeah.
Because it's like his label and there's other people involved.
I don't think he runs the label, but he's over the executor of the label, right?
Yeah.
No, he's like the owner of it.
CEO,
but you might not have visibility on every little thing that happens in your label, like every check that's getting cut, and somebody could be messing around, or it could just be a simple mistake. I don't know.
It's not like Kanye saying, "Hey, make sure you keep that money away from Big Sean."
No, probably not. But you never know. Maybe he was. You never know. But the thing that Big Sean was saying is like, look, I've always been there. His new song "Loyal to a Fault." He was saying that in part that's like the type of situation that happened here. He was loyal to a fault. He'd been there for Kanye every time Kanye called him. He'd be anywhere in the world in a day to help him with anything he needed. And this is how he gets his thing.
My question is, why would Kanye say that signing Big Sean was the biggest?
I don't know.
Mistake, and Big Sean has probably made
30, 40, 50 million.
Right, for the label.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Kanye says things.
He does.
It's
just like he said. Just like he said, slavery was a choice.
Yeah.
So
apparently, like Big Sean was explaining that there was some sort of problem with egos colliding with Drake when they did that Blessings song. That blessings that apparently Kanye wanted to be on that because it's like God oriented, So like Kanye heard it and was like, I need to be on this, and it just didn't work out that way because of the way like the album was due like the next day. So like it always goes deeper, man.
Right.
Like, there's something else.
Kanye's spoiled.
He is. He is. He wants everything to go his way.
Yeah. So
and if it doesn't go his way, he'll cry on interviews and say that.
Right. So like and that's what Big Sean's saying. It's like that doesn't make any sense. Like I made them 30, 40, 50 million dollars. Like what do you mean it's the worst decision you ever made? It's like a great decision, even just on finances alone.
Right.
So I don't know. Who knows what goes on behind the scenes? But
and before we move on, I want to. Dre Vallejo made a comment on the bartender thing. She said, "As a bartender, I'm not counting."
It's not so much about like counting necessarily. It's about watching attention. Them.
Yeah.
And like when somebody's falling over or
because sometimes 3 drinks have a person slump.
Depends on
because the law in Ohio doesn't say like you can't get somebody drunk. Like of course the bars get people drunk all the time. It's that you can't overserve somebody. So you can't serve somebody who's underage or visibly intoxicated. And that's the key. It's not just like you went to a bar and you got drunk and that's a problem. It's like some people are really better drunks than others.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, it's a good idea to count. You should definitely be aware. And everyone's counting anyways. How are you keeping bills? You just don't charge them.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Let's create a scenario. A drunk walks into a carryout by another 40. He's physically intoxicated. The carryout sells him a 40. He go outside.
Because he don't, as he's carrying that bag outside, the container is closed.
Right.
I mean, that is a good.
I'm just saying he tripped and fall and split his shit, and he want to sue the store. Can he sue the store?
That's that's a lot of different. But if we just take your thing of he goes in there and buys a 12-pack, he's already visibly drunk, then he goes and drinks and gets behind a car. That's an interesting situation that I had not thought about.
Right.
I think it's a little caveat.
Carryout would be just responsible as the bar, right?
I think the caveat is it's not open.
They're not drinking it in there. And they're not being served it. Like I could be visibly drunk and buy it, but not drink it for a month, you know? But like it's the person who's sitting across from me and me just saying, you know, go, drink, shot. And it's just that balance between like, I'm a bartender, I need to make money, and I need to be responsible and not get people hurt. And that's the tension, man. And like, we're right in that middle spot. It's a tough one, man. But people were like really, I mean, that's one of those type of situations that really gets people just on either side of it stuck in.
So what if we go further, even deeper?
Let's go.
Wait a minute. Don't laugh first, though. So there's a crack dealer who deals crack to crackheads.
Yeah.
Or a meth dealer, let's say meth dealer, or an oxy dealer.
Drug dealer.
A drug dealer who sells drugs to a drug head. And the drug head he's noticeably like whacked out, whatever. Can barely walk, can barely see. And I sell him another dosage of what he wants.
Yeah.
And then he dies.
Well, this happened to Mac Miller.
Yeah.
There was a case and the guy got found criminally responsible for selling fentanyl instead of whatever it was supposed to be. But
that's because the drug was messed with. It was modified.
You know, that's an interesting. You're talking about like civilly liable. Could the drug dealer be sued for it?
But criminally he can, of course.
Criminally for sure. But like as far as like could he be responsible for the person that got hurt or killed? No, like if a crackhead goes and stabs somebody, because they were on crack or something, and then could the crack dealer be could the crack dealer be responsible for it? I don't know. That's I mean by the same logic, yes. The difference is that the state is permitting people to sell alcohol.
Right.
So it's like we're gonna let you do this, but we're only gonna let
technically
you
the state is permitting people to sell drugs.
Now we're getting into some.
None of my homeboys got no helicopters.
Start getting some clicks on the mic, man. The internet's about to go down. All right, moving on. Another crazy situation though, because we're really talking about personal responsibility at the end of the day, right? So. A judge just dismissed a $4 billion lawsuit filed against Drake for an alleged 2017 home intrusion. So somebody came into Drake's home in 2017. I don't think they really know exactly who it was.
Whose house it was?
No, who it was that broke in.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they don't know this. Maybe they got away or something. But apparently a woman sued Drake for $4 billion, claiming that he defamed her by suggesting she was the one who broke into his house.
Oh.
So she was saying, he put me on blast on the internet. Basically, my reputation will never be the same. I need $4 billion. His lawyers, of course, jumped on the case immediately. She didn't have a lawyer. She was trying to represent herself. And they always say, if you're trying to represent yourself, you got to fool for a client. And this is a great example of it because his lawyers ate this thing alive. And ultimately got it dismissed. And this is the statement that the lawyers put out. After trespassing at his home and being arrested in 2017, so she was arrested, I take it back. Plaintiff Maisha Collins now attempts to make contact with musician Aubrey Drake Graham by suing him. Because she's like, I'm going to see you in court. Like, I'm going to see you one way or another, you're going to have to come in court.
I think I remember that incident because she's not his kid's mom, though, is she?
No.
But I remember him having an incident with a crazy
What is she suing him for?
He said that she could have been the one bringing it to his house.
So defamation?
Definitely.
That's what she tried to sue him for. And the lawyer said this is pure fiction. Until Drake was served with this lawsuit, he had no idea who this woman was. Which is like the best slight, underhanded slight. Right? It's like, I have no idea who you are.
Why would she represent herself is the question.
Probably no lawyer was all the lawyers that looked at it was like, I am not touching this.
Like Drake? Never mind.
So basically, judge tossed it out saying,
What is it called when you Represent yourself again.
Pro se.
Pro se.
Pro se, yeah.
I mean, it's usually, I used to work in the courts, man, and you'd see the people go up there like, there's no, let's talk about public defenders for a minute. A lot of people think that public defenders are what, like public pretenders, right? They make fun of that. And it's not that public defenders are bad lawyers by any means. Matter of fact, some public defenders are the best lawyers because they're in there every day, day in, day out. They're just overworked and underpaid. So they can't usually devote as much time to a case as you probably should have.
The caseload is so heavy.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not
easier for you.
I used to intern for the public defender's office, so I'm like I'm a little biased. But
I did pro se one time.
I mean, how'd it work?
For my divorce.
Okay.
It worked.
Yeah.
I did pro se for child support. It didn't work.
Yeah.
I think it's just a mixed bag. Especially, did the other people have lawyers? The other side?
No.
So I mean,
my
I guess
my case to me spoke for itself. Like the support order that this judge put in place was broken.
Yep.
What do I need a lawyer for? We got come to understand it's broken. She broke the rule.
Because it's understanding the.
I understand that. What they tell me is that she broke the rule.
It's not like that. It's like if you say I'm the best radio host, you know, everyone says, okay, yeah, right, he says it. But if I say it, I say, hey, you know, Clyde's one of the best, man. Now that sounds a lot more. So it's like a cosign.
It sounds better for a lawyer to say, Your Honor, she broke the court support order instead of me saying.
Well, because you have a reason to say that, right? Like you might have some sort
because she did it.
Well, right, I get that. But like, if I go up in front of a judge and I'm like, I am innocent. Okay. Now, if somebody next to me, or even better, like 3 people next to me, all say, "Hey, that guy's innocent," like, and it just sounds better. I don't know how to tell. I don't know. It's like a subtle psychological thing.
Is it psychological for the jury or for the judge?
I think both. Man. It just has like, and also remember, like when a lawyer looks at a case and has a position, for the most part, I mean, a good lawyer is not going to baldly lie. Now, there's going to be a bunch of people blighting up in the comments saying, "Oh, all lawyers are liars." But I mean, at the end of the day, if I got to sell something, I got to float something, I got to believe in it. So I mean, my most passionate moments in a courtroom are things that I truly believe in.
Right.
So if I was like going after that situation and I truly believed in it, I will be very persuasive. More so than any one person could be.
I thought I was very persuasive.
I'm sure you were.
I have facts.
Also, like, you know, Jason says lawyers know what the judge wants to hear. That's also true. Like, it's a different language, sort of, and there's certain things that you do and don't say in those environments. So I think that's true too.
And then I guess the judge will respect the lawyer more because he really just representing you. He ain't. He's kind of biased, I guess.
I mean, he's like he's somebody's speaking on your behalf.
Right.
It's stronger.
Yeah.
It's got some weight to it. You know, it's like that's it. I don't know if it's worth the money in all circumstances.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Like like in your situation, it's like, you know,
$1,500 for somebody speaking on my behalf.
Think about this: if OJ would have went into court with one judge, with one lawyer, he probably would have been found guilty. But because he had 3 lawyers,
well, his lawyers were very good, and also there were unforced errors on the prosecution on that one. Like that's the thing.
Glove thing is what really ruined the case for the prosecution.
That's it. It could be just like one thing. Like I always tell this one story. All right, so like there's this. I used to go in federal court a lot more before the pandemic, but I was in federal court one time and there was this lawyer in there who was representing a woman who had just gotten in a car accident, and she was adamant. He was adamant, in particular, the lawyer, that he was going to get all this money from the insurance company. She was entitled to everything she got, and he had the greatest case in the world. So they walk in on the day of trial. They won't settle this case. They walk in on the day of trial. She comes in dressed to the nines, red dress, red heels, red lipstick. She's totally done up, and they go through this trial. The medical testimony is very persuasive, and they get to the jury, and the jury says, "We're not giving her anything." So afterwards, the lawyer, who was super confident, says, "Wait, why didn't you give her anything?" And they just said to her, "Nobody that's that hurt wears those heels."
Wow.
That's it. Just like that simple. Like, it doesn't matter what case you got. Sometimes it's just a little thing from the jump that just changes the whole case. It doesn't matter what that guy said. That probably
was their feeling from the start.
That's right. It didn't matter what that guy said.
Yeah,
they could have brought in every expert in the world.
Right. She was just trying to look nice for court.
Well, yeah. So, that's crazy.
I'll never forget that story. Wow. It's just sometimes it's just the heels, man. It's just that simple. So like you got to be careful about how you present yourself too. But then again, maybe she really wasn't hurt if she could wear heels. Like she's trying to claim my back's hurt. She's wearing 6-inch heels.
Yeah, they take you got to have a little strength to walk in the heels. Depending on what class she had too.
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of medical issues, I didn't know this, but you guys watch the Daily Show with Trevor Noah?
Not daily, but I don't watch it daily.
Did you used to watch the one with Daily Show with Jon Stewart?
Yeah.
Man, Jon Stewart.
It was a lot funnier than Trevor.
Yeah.
I think that's right. But, Trevor filled in that role, and he sort of, he does a pretty good job, I think. Well, in the summer, there was like a 3-month hiatus of The Daily Show, and everybody assumed it was something pandemic related or something, but we're now finding out that it may have been because of some medical negligence, a doctor hurting him. He just recently filed a medical malpractice lawsuit claiming that the surgery that he had in New York, it was a special surgery. It basically has left him sore, lame, and disabled. That he has suffered severe and painful personal injuries, nervous shock, mental anguish, severe emotional distress, great physical pain, and made it so that he couldn't do his show.
What?
Yep.
But they won't say what kind of procedure it is.
A lot of times in these cases, it's so sensitive, like you don't really want to divulge too much, and so the hospital, even in responding, basically said these are all lies, and we've explained to him why they're not true, but we can't give you any more details because of HIPAA, and we got to be sensitive to that situation. So we don't really exactly know what happened to him, but I just think this is one of those stories that goes to show you that it doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how much fame you have, things can go wrong because somebody else was careless.
Yes.
And like you got to remember also, like he was getting this surgery done at a very nice facility. Like this wasn't like, you're at your bottom tier hospital. Like this was like a high end.
This is what they do here. They specialize in cosmetic surgery.
And the reality is, like when we talk about medical negligence, which we handle these cases from time to time, it's like doctors are humans just like anybody else, and every human is going to make at least one mistake in their life, if not many mistakes in every week or year. And it can really devastate people's
lives. Maybe they
lives.
left a tool up in him or something.
Could have been that, but that's a little bit more obvious.
Yeah,
We've had those
clear.
situations before where they sew people up and they forget that there's some item or instrument in there.
Scissor be all in your body,
and your body starts attacking it.
Right.
It's a foreign object. It's. I mean, look, the body is like the medicine of the body is fascinating. Like how quickly it can heal and how it's fascinating. But doctors who make one little mistake, it can just have this cascading effect on every other system.
That's why being a doctor will always be a practice, huh?
Well, same with lawyers, but practice of medicine. That's it. You're never perfect. Right. And the problem is that a lot of doctors, especially ones who do life-saving surgery, which I'm not taking away from them, that they do amazing things. Right. But just because you do that, they start getting like a God complex where they can fix people and they can never make a mistake. And it's just fundamentally untrue. And it's the most dangerous mentality.
Do you think it's hard for them not to get that mentality? I mean, you heal somebody, though?
I mean, I can understand that. I mean, I can understand why you would feel that way, but I think every doctor needs to just resist that urge.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Be humble,
It's probably hard, especially their family was all grieving, thought the person wasn't going to make it, and the doctor.
And then you're like, oh, I saved you, basically. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And then you're held on a pedestal, and you've changed lives, and you've allowed people to have time with their loved ones. Like, I don't doubt that that's got to feel a certain type of way, but especially in those moments.
Have you seen Doctor Strange?
No.
He's that character.
I know of him.
He's that character.
What?
Like he played the character as a doctor. He was a doctor, actual doctor, a cosmetic doctor, and he felt that he was God.
He couldn't do any wrong,
untouchable, right? Yeah, untouchable until he got into an accident and ruined his hands.
Oh.
So that's the basis. I wonder if there was like a medical negligence case underneath that.
Huh?
Is it a series or just a movie?
It's a movie. But he's in a series of movies. Yeah. And he's gonna have a second movie coming in March of next year.
Wow.
But that's the whole thing. Yeah.
And also it's like just the nature of doctors too. Their whole job is to tell you what you don't know. Mm-hmm. So like you can't tell the doctor anything. It's just like the way that is, right? Is like, so I just think that humility needs to be at the highest level for somebody to be a really good surgeon, you know? Like if you're not humble, then you might as well get out of the game. Because you're gonna hurt somebody eventually.
It's not DC Marvel, it's Marvel.
Oh, that's what it is? That's
Marvel. Yeah, it's a Marvel movie. You said DC Marvel.
Yeah.
Wow.
One other thing that just came up on my radar recently is, I didn't really even know this because I don't have kids, but if you've got small children, especially since it's getting cold now, you need to be really careful when you're putting them in their car seats that you're taking off their winter coats. Because what we're seeing is people leaving the winter coats unzipped, and then in a car accident, it basically just kind of unpeels and the child comes out of the car seat.
Whoa.
Oh.
It ain't funny. Whoa.
Right?
That's just something I would never think about.
That's the thing. It's like you got to try to get out ahead of these things before they happen. And a lot of times people will.
But it's sad that stuff like that had to happen for you.
I know. And a lot of times people will criticize, I think fairly or otherwise, personal injury lawyers for saying like, "Hey, you want these type of things to happen." The reality is, no. If I can stop all this happening, I'll put myself out of business.
Baby father.
Yeah, I'll put myself right out of business. But on this one in particular, everyone needs to be really careful about this. Make sure that you're either zipping your child's coat up when they're in their car seat, or otherwise just take it off.
When
you put them in the car seat.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
You think you and the baby
if
think
you
they
think
all
about
safe?
the way it kind of peels back,
just go right in the
because it sits right here, you know. So
even sometimes when you try to get the baby out of the car seat, because the little straps be too tight, it'll peel them on itself. That's crazy.
Yep. So careful out there for people with small children in particular. It's getting cold. Everyone's wearing jackets.
I would have never thought of that.
It's unfortunately the only reason we're even talking about it is because it happened to somebody.
Right.
But. We talk about this all the time, man. My involvement after that type of thing happens doesn't do that much for you.
Right.
You don't want it to happen at all. So, injury lawyers that are putting themselves out of business. That's what I'm going for. Hopefully nobody else ever gets injured again, but realistically it probably won't happen. But at least we can save a couple people, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So be careful.
Protect the babies.
Yep. There's videos of this stuff too. It's even just crash test dummies. I'll try to dig one up, but it's
horrible.
It's like you just shoot right out of the car seat. So,
Tony, what are you on there talking about?
They will show DC comics and Marvel.
She just watched Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that?
She goes, yeah, the doctors do think they're God. I'm not saying all doctors think that necessarily, but I can understand if you're a brain surgeon or a heart surgeon or something, and people are coming to you and you're fixing them. Over time, that's gonna be hard to stay grounded,
I'm telling you, man. You hear somebody brand, you ain't gonna think you shit.
Yeah, and I've been in a lot of these medical negligence cases against doctors, so I've had to depose doctors and ask them questions. And I will tell you, the hardest-headed people I've ever had to depose are doctors, mostly doctors, sometimes business owners, but mostly it's just doctors. They just don't think they can do anything wrong. So it's possible. It's
impossible for me to do. I got that right out the medical book.
Yeah, right.
And that's how that doctor in John Q acted. Remember?
Oh yeah. Yep.
He was the doctor in John Q. with Denzel was trying to save his son. Who was that? What was that? James Woods.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
there's his chicks with him.
Yeah, it's just I can understand it to a certain extent, right? if I were fixing brain tumors and stuff, then I'd feel like I was cheating death at least.
Changing hearts out. Exchanging the heart for a heart.
It's not taking it away from all the good stuff that doctors do, but it's just you got to accept that they're gonna mess up every once in a while. It happened to Trevor Noah. I hope Trevor's all right.
They're human.
I wonder what kind of surgery that was.
It'll come out eventually.
Or something.
Well, the crazy thing is he's done such a good job of not showing any of that pain. Or he kind of other than that 3-month hiatus that he was on, he pretty much just kept it going.
He was doing something, but it wasn't the show. He was doing little skits or something and just putting them out.
And maybe that was because it was easier for him to just get him shot when he could, and then he wasn't feeling it other
and
times.
I think he was doing it from his house, too.
Yeah, from his house, yeah.
But it also goes to show you that you don't really know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
Everyone's battling their own battles, and sometimes you don't really know what they're going through.
Like nobody knew Chadwick Boseman was going through what he was through.
Yeah.
So I think you got to be sympathetic, and you got to just be kind when you can, man. People are all fighting battles.
When you look at the movies, though, you can kind of see, the one movie we had on Netflix with Viola Davis. Chadwick Boseman.
Oh yeah.
You can see damn, one dude was sick right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can tell now after the stories came out.
But before you couldn't tell.
Yeah. So, best of luck to Trevor Noah. Those cases are expensive, man. He's got to have experts, a ton of experts. They go on for a long time. The hospitals fight this stuff tooth and nail. The hospital said they received the complaint on behalf of Trevor Noah. They went on to say that they shared with Mr. Noah's attorney a detailed rebuttal of the claims, which are meritless. Due to HIPAA restrictions, we can't tell you anymore.
Wow.
So he's suing the whole facility and not just a surgeon?
Yeah, usually that's the way it goes. Okay. It kind of depends.
Because the facility is the surgeon's umbrella?
Well, it kind of depends on what you think you're going in for. So, if you go to an emergency room and you go to, whatever, ProMedica, Toledo Hospital, you're not going there to see a specific doctor. You're just going to the hospital and saying, hey, hospital, you give me care. Okay. But if you have a specialist doctor and you're following that specialist doctor around wherever they have privileges, and you're only going to that place because you want that specific doctor, that's a different issue. So, hospitals we're not always around. They've only actually been around the last 100 years or so.
hospitals.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a new thing, right?
Yeah, the doctors doing home visits, huh?
That, or they used to just have their own practices.
Oh.
So the idea that there's even like one facility that we all go to and get our care done is like kind of a new concept. But it means you got to look to the hospital. They're the ones making the money. Ultimately, I mean, the doctors make a little bit of it, or a lot bit, depending on who they are. If they're God. Right?
Pro Medical got a lot of money.
Yeah, they do. That's for sure.
Got the whole city green.
Except there was something recently where ProMedica had to sell their parking garage downtown for like $20-something million to the Port Authority, which you start to think, like we've seen some signs of getting too big. They lost that, like we talked about some weeks ago. They lost that whole Medicare contract with the state, so they might be hurting, man. They might not be up as much as we think. So,
all right. So did you go down to the walleye game?
Yeah, I was down there
at the park.
Yeah,
how was it?
It's cool. It's a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I'm not used to that many people.
It was at Fifth Third Field.
Yeah.
On the ice. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I mean, it's cool to see hockey outside.
I didn't know they did that every year.
I mean, they really should just do that every year.
Yeah, that's the first time they did it.
I sometimes, I stay by Ottawa Park, so I go watch them play hockey over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice ring too. But yeah, it was. I mean, it was nice. They should just do that every time, really.
Yeah, they should.
But I mean, cold. A lot of people. I'm not used to that many people, really.
Yeah.
Like, especially like at the intermissions, slammed, man.
Get the food and stuff. Yeah.
It wasn't cold outside.
Oh, it was cold.
The chili.
It was pretty miserable.
So it's kind of like being at a football game.
Yeah. But like it was like 30 degrees. So and you got to be out there for hours. So yeah, by the end of it, I mean, I was ready to get out of there, but it was good. It was fun.
Wind blowing.
Kind of hard to see the ring
game?
from the lower seats, like from the higher seats, because like the boards. So like you could kind of see, but not as well as you can in Walleye Arena. You know?
Right, because you're right there on the ice.
Right.
Yeah, it's too far away.
But it's cool that they did it. Man, Tony's just coming in with all the corrections. All right, so yeah, I stand corrected, Tony. Hospital started in the 1800s. There was a Medicaid contract with the state that was, and yes, I agree. Some doctors have a God complex and a certain arrogance about them.
Oh. Tony,
wow, Tony. She said that music is killing me. It's nice, but it's a distraction. I can hear Dennis and nobody else.
Wow.
Tony?
It didn't seem to bother anyone else.
It's better than the alternative. But maybe turn that music up and shut this guy up.
Right.
So, reason to the comments. Do anybody got any legal topics or anything they want to discuss with Dennis before Dennis gets up out of here today? Give us a call. 877-419-1419. Hit the phone, baby.
Tony don't like our music.
It's better for you, Tony?
Right.
It's the closest I'm ever going to get to being a rapper, man. I get to talk over some beats, man.
Well, thank you, Dennis, for those great topics.
Guys. I'll see you next year.
Yep, next year.
I'll be off next week, but I'm coming back the week after that. Hopefully Shae's back. If not,
I think she should be. Yeah.
Keep it rocking.
Yep. So shout out to our sponsors, Hotbox, Mud City Entertainment, J. Rush Jennings, Umadop, Lucas County,
Mental Freedom,
Sawan and Sawan,
the champ is here,
The Social Butterfly,
hey, Miss Carter,
Little Tots Transportation, Dr. Shiva Billions,
make it rain,
and Mud Made.
You got a few days left to get over to mudmade.com. Use promo code 419grind to save 20% or to get 20% off the entire website. Go get your New Year's fit, get crispy.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Clyde Transport offers specialized services for transportation for children with special needs. We offer services for children on the autism spectrum with fetal alcohol syndrome and ADHD and other services. If you would like to find out more information, you can give us a call at 419-944-8996 or look up our website, littletotstransport.com.
Mud Gear. Hoodies, t-shirts, kids wear, headwear, and more. Use promo code 419grind to get 20% off the entire site. Visit them at mudmade.com. That's mudmade.com.
It's back to sports. Welcome to Win or Lose Sports Show, presented by the 419 Grind. Talking sports, hip-hop to pop culture. Available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are heard. It's kickoff time.
So when we look back, man, what is our legacy gonna be? Right? I think about my legacy. My legacy is gonna be about rebuilding my community. It's gonna be about saving another young brother, young sister, who's on the path that I was on. No, I didn't go to the penitentiary and serve a life sentence, but I did serve a life sentence through the trauma that I experienced until I got healing. Didn't find my way out. Challenge you to heal yourself. You say you got that dog, then turn it up. I want to see it. I want to see that dog in you. Go bite some shit. Go get what it is that belongs to you. Turn that dog up. Stop being a little poodle. Turn into a pit. Turn into a Rottweiler. Something. Go eat that shit. It's yours. You say you want that dream? Go get it. Get it like DMX used to do. Turn that shit up another notch. Where that dog at? I know it's in you. Stop being timid about it. That dream is yours. That goal is yours. 2022, I want to see you take it. I want to see you own it. Take that bone home, because it's yours.
Listening to 419 Grind Podcast, Toledo's source for exclusive news in music, business, sports, and entertainment. Turn it up.
I'm attorney Dennis E. Sawan, and I'm going to be joining the 419 Grind crew on Rise and Grind Wednesdays from 8:30 to 9:30. We're going to be answering your general legal questions and talking about trending legal topics. Tune in wherever you get your podcasts to the 419 Grind podcast.
This is mine, and I want the spotlight, but what happens when we work together? Like, we can get more people, more kids, if we work collectively together than if we are separate. Right. So that's definitely a big challenge.
What you think been your biggest help to hold on for 10 years? That's a long time.
Ooh, my faith. I'm not even gonna lie, my faith. And just wanting to be an example for another little girl. You know, we went to school together. It was hard in high school. Like, it was fun. We had fun, but we was dealing with real life issues. If it wasn't for gospel choir at that time, baby, listen, like, I would have been like, you know what, I'm done. Like, I had home stuff going on. I had school stuff going on. My mama had stuff going on. Everybody had something, but I had an outlet. So just waking up every day, like, I want to continue to be that outlet for somebody. So that's what keeps me going every day, is knowing that when them girls come in, like you said, your daughter don't want to leave. That's what I want. I want her to not want to leave. Every single Wednesday, every single Thursday, every single Saturday. I want you to feel that comfortable where you get up every day and I can't wait to get to Heart to Hearts. I can't wait to tell Miss Tia, Miss Kenesha, Miss Chantel, like, what I done did for the week. And half the time it don't be nothing. You know, kids just like, I want to talk. And then you got 36 voices coming at you at one time, and I gotta like, okay, so you said what and what you do? But every single girl gets that special attention. I know every girl by name. I know every parent by name. I know every household family member that's not extended that I see all the time. It's personal for me. So waking up and making sure that this is my calling. It ain't a job for me. Like, I do this. So.
I'm gonna give it to you real, okay?
Give it to us.
I think I know what story you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna mention the name.
But there's a few of them.
But it's a few of them too,
right?
though. Yeah.
But I think I know the top story that you're talking about. Okay. So when that story dropped, I'm not going to mention any names. When the story dropped, right? I wasn't working the weekend, but it dropped to me and I was like, oh, wow. Okay. So what people don't know is that my first call was to a parent. Okay. They're like, look, this is about to drop. So I need you to know that it's about to drop.
Right.
I don't have to give the courtesy of calling someone to let them know that this is about to happen.
Right.
I don't have to do that. We can just go ahead and run
And
it
just drop it.
because we have the information, and we have several sources where it's it's confirmed. I didn't make it up.
Right, and you didn't
I
tell that
wasn't
person
there.
to go do that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know what went down. I just know what we're reading. And so there's a conversation between me and a person, and I'm like, look, I need you to understand what's happening. And that person didn't even know, really, to tell you the truth. So I sometimes, you can give them the courtesy of knowing that this is about to go down.
But you don't have to do that.
But I don't have to do that.
Right, yeah.
That's
and I
just
think
respect.
that's what people don't know about me. Sometimes I'm like, oh, let me just call and, say, hey.
I hate to tell you,
I
but,
hate to tell you this, but this
don't
is what,
shoot the messenger.
This is what the municipal court paper says.
Right.
Now, I don't know what went down, but you might want to get in front of it.
Right. And on the other side of that, people look to you for the accuracy. People look to Alexis Mean for the news. I go to your page. Let me see what Alexis talking about.
To see how accurate it is.
Right.
Social media stories get all messed up and misconstrued. You never know. But like you just said, you got the paperwork from the court. Like you can't make that up. It's black and white.
What I try to do is, for example, if somebody calls me and says, hey, I got this information, I try to get at least three sources to try to confirm it, because I don't have time to be sitting in my news director's office.
Right.
This woman, okay, who's kind of like me. I don't have time to be sitting in her office with the attorneys talk about what I didn't do.
Right.
I need to make sure that I have everything, my I's dotted, my T's crossed. So that's what I need to do.
But back when those pastors got arrested.
Oh, Lord.
Now they were,
It's time to go.
But those pastors got arrested. People, they were running to Alexis Means
Let me
page
tell you.
for all the information.
Let me tell you. That was
even when the city council.
Oh, I was shunned from a lot of people who were church people.
Yeah, I bet.
Just reading the news, it ain't like you.
Right, again, she didn't do it. You're just reading what happened.
I didn't.
This is what
I saw you guys were talking about this whole Travis Scott thing on Monday. You had Jason on, huh?
Yep.
You guys were talking about some aspects of sort of like what that show looked like and what happened. So obviously, huge tragedy. It was the Astro World show, Energy Stadium in Houston, Texas. One of his biggest shows. He's from Houston, and he always said that Astro World was one of the biggest things for him growing up. So his ability to go do this show is always like a hometown hero thing, right? So all these people show up. It gets pretty wild pretty quickly, and a bunch of people end up getting trampled, including more recently, they just found out a 9-year-old kid
I seen
is
that.
in critical condition.
Horrible.
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, the crowd just went wild. Drake and Travis Scott came out, and just everybody started compressing. Which, I mean, once that starts happening from the back of the crowd, it's real hard to stop that.
Right.
So obviously, a lot of people are wondering what's going to be the legal fall from this. There's already been lawsuits that were filed. A lawsuit was actually filed Sunday. The show was Friday, so somebody was working overtime on the weekend to get that thing filed.
Yeah, they was on it.
Yep. And one of the things I think we got to talk about, which is first and foremost, is when something of this magnitude happens, social media obviously lights up, and it's not always completely accurate. A lot of people spin things certain ways that aren't exactly true. So right after this whole thing happened, people were saying basically that Travis Scott was ignoring known signs that there was problems. Videos have come out after that seem to say that he's trying to get people help.
That's awesome.
So I just think that people need to not rush to judgment in these situations. I'm not saying that he's innocent in this situation at all, but I just think that we need to be really careful when we're looking at social media initial accounts right after something happens.
Right.
Now, after having said that, in defense of Travis Scott, let's look at sort of context, right? Because in personal injury cases like this, where people died especially, context is everything. What happened around this situation that we find ourselves here? Because personal injury law is concerned with what a reasonably prudent person would do. So what is just like in the same or similar circumstances. So any of us that do anything that hurts somebody, just because it hurts somebody doesn't necessarily mean that there's a lawsuit there. It's whether or not we did something that was below what we would expect somebody to do. So in this instance, we know that there was a large concert. They knew, of course, that there were going to be a ton of people there. So then we start adding facts onto this. For example, we look at the security first. Okay, so they had all the security. They knew all these people were going to be there. But there are reports now coming out that the security guards were not really all that trained until like the night before this whole thing happened. And that they had to take a test, but the test was open book, and they were basically feeding them the answers. So things like that start to come out, and it starts adding on to the scale, right? Okay, now we got problems. When we talk context, we also look back at things that have happened in the past with Travis Scott. Travis Scott's brand is chaotic. That's like literally what his fans are called ragers. Like he's very much embracing that chaos. And I'm not saying that there's anything particularly wrong with that, but you can't be surprised when that chaos bubbles over, you know?
Right.
So in 2015, he was arrested for basically telling a crowd to put up the middle finger to security because the show got cut like 5 minutes after he showed up. It was getting too wild. So he ended up pleading guilty to reckless conduct. He told the crowd to put the middle finger up to the security right now, and he ended up pleading guilty to that. He was put on probation for 1 year. 2017, he was arrested again for inciting a riot at the Walmart Arkansas Music Pavilion because basically he was inviting fans to bypass security and come up closer to him. So this is not like an isolated incident. When we talk about context, like it matters how we find ourselves in a particular situation. So I'm not sure whether at the end of the day Travis Scott himself is going to be held responsible for this, or the venue, or the security guards.
You see them putting Drake in there too? They trying to sue him too.
Yeah. But I mean, it's about like foreseeability. Like, what did I know was likely to happen? And if I knew that something was likely to happen, then what did I do to stop it?
Yeah. Did I put any preventative measures in place?
Yep.
So if he's not, say that he's he had nothing to do with what happened, but because it happened under his name and his brand, he can be held liable.
Well, he was the reason why. Yes. I mean, I don't know the nature of the way that this whole thing's set up, but like the people that can be held responsible here, the musicians themselves, security companies, the venue owners, third party, different people who were providing medical services or whatever else, the concert promoters. There's a whole lot of people that could end up becoming responsible here, and they're going to play hot potato with this thing. Everyone's going to say it's not me, it's not me, it's not me, until we finally land it who it really is. But it's a really, really tough situation. And the other side of this is, I assume that all these people who are getting sued are going to try to blame in some form or fashion the people who passed away by saying that they knew that there was some risk in coming to a crowd like this. And, you know, that's cold, especially when someone dies, but the law does prevent. Yeah, the law provides for a defense called assumption of the risk. And I assume that on the back of every ticket, it says that you are understanding that you're going into a large crowd. It's kind of uncontrollable and anything could happen.
Is that what happened to you? Your blood go to your kneecap?
He's speaking from experience.
Wow, that's a whole new thing right there.
What's the wildest place you ever been?
What?
What's the wildest place?
Desiree's watching. Hi, Desiree.
No, she ain't on here no more.
He said, I don't know how to answer this.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't do that.
I don't know what to say. Who else has got the answers? 'Cause not me.
I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna start with Jason.
Let's not start with Jason at all.
I'm gonna just safely say the van.
The van. Okay.
Let's say the van.
Yeah.
Was you delivering packages?
I think I remember
or anointment. Delivering prayers. Prayer packages.
Church van?
To the sick and shut in.
The van.
He about to incriminate himself again.
Oh my God! Look at Desiree.
Oh, Desiree said, "Go ahead and answer that."
Was it the covenant or was it the new life?
It was the van.
he keep telling them stuff every episode.
And I done had a couple vans though, so just no, it was the van.
Yeah,
Desiree said, "Go ahead and answer that." And he got the eye.
Why are you doing this? So what I'm saying, wherever it was, the wildest place was with you. Okay, I just don't remember.
Trying to clean that up.
You put y'all just say something real quick, like the part.
But see, then at that point, she's like, you know, she got a friend over there with her, then I'm embarrassing her.
Why are you embarrassing her?
No, she ain't. She
happy. They
girl,
like,
what are you about to say, girl?
And she said, answer that.
No, I ain't answering that. I'm cool. I don't even know why you asked that. Like,
Proud of
stop.
you,
Like, why?
Drop it in the comments, Desiree.
Proud of you.
Shit, you better not.
Where's your license plate, Desiree?
Oh, no.
How about that?
Stop.
That'll let us know.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
If she say something that with y'all, you gonna be like,
If she say something if she say something like that, then I'm fighting you. 'Cause you brought it up and you right next to me.
Put it all in there.
She said, "Yeah, hopefully Hot Tub Gardens."
Oh my God, what the hell?
What's Hot Tub Gardens? Look, we ain't hit today.
Yes, tell us,
What's
please.
that? What's Hot Tub Gardens? Where that's at?
In Ann Arbor.
I'm not saying that. I ain't seen no commercials on here.
Why did she say that? God, we all embarrassed.
Look, now I'm about to Google and see where that's at.
Hey, don't
Hot
call me
Tub
that
Gardens.
cup. You about to drink some?
Bro, stop. Why you know me like that, though? I was really about to take a nervous sip, though. I was really definitely about to take a nervous sip.
Hey, man,
Bro, it's heavy. It's got something in it. But damn, Desiree.
I'm about to Google Hot Tub Gardens. That sound fun.
It's in Ann Arbor.
Love will keep us
Broadway,
together.
It's like a bed and breakfast type of thing.
No, we was at a Airbnb or whatever the hell you call it,
Mhm.
and like that was one of our this was the first time we went up to the dispensary.
Cornish hen, he just picked that up and eat it.
Man, that fall off the bone.
Hey, I be
love
tearing
that.
some Cornish hens up.
Where did they come from?
I don't know. What are they?
The babies that didn't make it?
No, that's what they are. They're hens. They're little. They're not like big turkeys.
They like the distinguished chicken walking around the barnyard. Cornish hen.
Oh,
not just a regular hen. I'm Cornish.
I don't think they call Cornish one before they're dead. Before they're like food.
I'm Cornish.
They superior.
Dignitary.
Dignified chicken.
Walking around the barnyard.
I'm Cornish.
Oh my God.
You get on my
Toxic.
They the mixed breed of the chicken.
I'm telling you.
My mama was Mexican.
Right. They got a little. They wear like 3-piece suits with a little vest.
Shut up. They play the flute.
Cornish head. What's wrong with y'all today?
I'm really picturing him in a 3-piece tuxedo walking in. I'm Cornish.
I'm picturing the one little head of Idlewild. He was Cornish. The little rooster on Idlewild. He was Cornish head.
Wait, how was the hair though? How they hair?
They lay it down. They let it little thing.
Shut up.
They let it little hook up to the side. Cornish head.
Look at all the turkeys. Look at this corny motherfucker.
Cornish hen got on them shoes, black shiny shoes.
Black, tied up tight.
That was creating a whole new character.
Oh, look at this corny motherfucker. Wish she was scoring, huh?
Right. Pig be bad. Can't make bacon.
The cow's pissed off.
Right. All the other meat sources bad. The Cornish head.
Oh man.
All right now.
Man, that shit funny as fuck. It's the Cornish. Man, I'm crying. What the fuck?
Oh,
A shirt with the ruffles.
A blouse.
Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
What a necktie.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Man, not a blouse, man. I'm crying. I'm crying with the loose sleeve.
Right.
Really? Just like me.
Oh, and she got it on.
They like, this nigga ready for picture day.
Every day. Oh, man.
I bet us no Cornish head. That's all I was thinking about.
I need a shot. Y'all get on my nerves.
Man, I'm crying. That shit is funny as fuck, man.
Distinguished.
Ooh, superior.
Right. above all others.
Man, all right. Look what y'all trying to say. The Cornishans is dressed like me. Because I don't know. I'm looking at my shoes and I'm like,
oh yeah, exactly.
Ain't got your little red ass.
Aisha is a Cornish hen. Aisha, I need you to stand right here. I need you to go stand right here. I need Aisha to come to the front of the church.
Oh, they bang Woodstop about right
here today.
I need Aisha to come to the front of the church.
Man, I'm crying.
We are not supposed to be the comedians.
I'm fucking crying.
I know, right?
I'm fucking crying. We beneath you.
God.
We beneath you.
Yes.
We beneath you. Look at this corny motherfucker.
Aisha said it.
You said it,
Aisha.
I know.
You said it.
I did not think we was going there.
On the corner end.
Oh my God. Okay.
Chest puffed out.
Right.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, it's giving me Rio vibes. That's all I keep picturing.
I'm better than all of y'all.
Rio.
Oh,
She said I'm better than all of y'all.
Corny ass.
Man. Bad in the corner.
Right.
Corny ass. I got till November. You leaving next month, little Cornish. Man, I am crying.
Us now we barely go to church.
That's true. Yeah.
So we too busy.
And that's when we say we don't have grandmas no more in the community.
Right.
We young.
And a lot of churches don't have the church values that we was brought up under either.
Or just how it was. Like y'all used to say, if one of y'all was acting up, somebody be able to step in. Now it's don't say nothing to my kid.
Don't touch
but
my
it takes
kid.
a village to raise the kids, though.
We
Just gotta have the right one. Yeah, gotta have the right one.
We had everybody on the next because we was a preacher's kid. How y'all both swooped y'all hair at the same time? What is going? Is it time to go?
No, I just saw it. They got it.
Oh my
Don't worry about us. We ain't seen each other while we were being sick.
It was perfect.
You saw it. They don't see y'all manifesting.
What is
this? Jay said, what? Oh my God.
When you do the Instagram clip, you're gonna have to do it.
That's the clip right
We
there.
looked at Crispy like we was in sync. Like,
yeah, it was all flow like. He said what you had to say. They were like,
we second that motion.
Right. Thank you.
oh my goodness.
Thank you.
See, this is what we love. It's
Yeah, you only
always a
get
good
moments
time.
like that right here.
This was great.
Yeah.
Mud Gear. Hoodies, t-shirts, kids wear, headwear, and more. Use promo code 419GRIND to get 20% off the entire site. Visit them at mudmade.com. That's mudmade.com.
Clyde Transport offers specialized services for transportation for children with special needs. We offer services for children on the autism spectrum with fetal alcohol syndrome and ADHD and other services. If you would like to find out more information, you can give us a call at 419-944-8996 or look up our website, littletotstransport.com.
So when we look back, man, what is our legacy gonna be? Right? I think about my legacy. My legacy is gonna be about rebuilding my community. It's gonna be about saving another young brother, young sister, who's on the path that I was on. No, I didn't go to the penitentiary and serve a life sentence, but I did serve a life sentence through the trauma that I experienced until I got healing. Didn't find my way out. Challenge you to heal yourself. You say you got that dog, then turn it up. I wanna see it. I wanna see that dog in you. Go bite some shit. Go get what it is that belongs to you. Turn that dog up. Stop being a little poodle. Turn into a pit. Turn into a rottweiler. Something, go eat that shit. It's yours. You say you want that dream, go get it. Get it, like DMX used to do. Turn that shit up another notch. Where that dog at? I know it's in you. Stop being timid about it. That dream is yours. That goal is yours. 2022, I want to see you take it. I want to see you own it. Take that bone home, because it's yours. Heard?
419 Grind, and those of you who are watching Leah Renee, Shae, Clyde, and my boy Jesse over there at the Rise and Grind Morning Show, and those of you who are watching the 419 Grind, here is your word of the week. I'm Dr. Bree, Greater New Psalmist Baptist Church. The word of the week is endurance. Endurance. Enduring through. Many of us quit too soon. We give up too soon because we don't know how to hang in there. Many things happen to people who don't know how to get through the difficult times. We always like the easy way out. God has given you this week the stamina and the strength to endure. Endurance means you have fortified yourself, built yourself to the point where you know that where you are is not where you're going to stay. You keep pushing through. You keep striving through, knowing that with every stride, you're striving. So the word for you this week is to endure. Even though it's difficult, endure it. It's tight, endure it. It's rough, endure it. If you can endure, God can then enlarge your territory. If you endure, greater things can happen for you. If you endure, the best for you is yet to come. If you endure, the door to everything that you desire will swing wide open on your behalf. Here's the word of the week: endure.
My name is Robert Campbell. I'm the CEO and Director of A Servant's Heart here in Toledo, Ohio, serving Lucas County. We're an agency that specializes in servicing individuals with developmental disabilities. So, if you yourself, if your loved one, or if you even have a friend or just know someone who is in need of services, quality services with care, then give us a call. Our phone number is 419-214-1162. We look forward to serving our community one individual at a time from the heart.
This is an exclusive interview with the 419grind.com.
All right, hello. You are tuned into the #1 Rise and Grind Morning Show with Leah Renee, Shae, Clyde, Green, and Jay. And we have a special exclusive interview all the way from South Carolina. It is our girl, Zaya Cook. Hey. Yes. What's up, Zaya? Thank you for...
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're good. Thank you for calling in and giving us a little bit of your time, because we know that you are a busy young lady and you're doing a lot. So we appreciate you, girl.
Yes.
Okay, so, well, Dawn Stanley was an intense basketball player when she played in college and in the pros. Is she the same way as a coach, and how is it playing for her?
She's definitely the same way as a coach. I think she does a pretty good job at being that influence for us. She brings what she brought to the table in her career to us. She leads by example, and it's amazing playing for her. She's a great person. She keeps it real. And she's just like a friend out there, like a family member. So it's definitely fun playing for her.
What's your journey been like leaving Toledo and going all the way out there to South Carolina and, being such a, a well-known player now and representing for your city? What's that journey been like?
I think in the beginning it was tough for me just because if you know me, like I'm a city girl. I love being with my parents. Like I'm always under them. So if you see me, you definitely gonna see my parents as well. So having to leave from them was the biggest transition for me. I got homesick a few times, wanting to go back home, rethinking college, like, do I really want to be here?
Yeah.
But I think Toledo did a good job at just encouraging me, keeping me going. Even though I wasn't in Toledo anymore, I still felt like I was at home because of the support I had on the different social medias and the people that still kept in touch with me. So shout out to them for holding it down for me.
That's what's up. Now, Zaya, first off, I want to congratulate you on a great season, making it all the way to the Final Four, being a hometown favorite. We love you. We support you. We congratulate you. That was top notch.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah. So my question to you is: in the last 2 years, you went from a high school championship to the SEC championship, and now to the Final Four. How was that journey and that transition going from high school all the way to the Final Four? How has that been for you?
It was definitely fun. It was kind of crazy how it went because as far as the championship, I really haven't lost since I was in high school. Beautiful. So for my high school career, I didn't lose, and then my freshman sophomore year, we didn't lose our SEC tournaments. So it just shows that like God was with me. He had plans for me. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to win the national championship. But I just tried to bring that back to high school as well. My freshman sophomore year, we didn't win the state championship. But my junior year and senior year, I was able to get it done. So hopefully I could go through those footsteps again and have the same thing happen.
And that's beautiful. Moving forward, next year and the next season, trying to make it all the way to the championship. How do you feel the lessons you learned in the transition? How do you feel that's working for you to make you achieve that goal next season?
I think being able to play in the Final Four, being able to play in the tournament period was just a good thing for me. We've been there now, so we know what it's like. We know how to prepare for it. And the jitters and the nervousness that was going on, it probably won't be there just because we made it so far. So we know for sure we can make it to the Final Four again. The biggest stretch is going to be to just make it to the national championship. But I think we definitely play with a chip on our shoulder just to get back to that point.
That's beautiful. Once again, congratulations on that, Shae.
Yes, I want to say congratulations again. I just wanted to ask, how was it working with your dad as a basketball trainer? Did you guys bump heads?
Oh my God. Working with my dad. Oh my God, I love that man. I wish I could still have him here with me. I just feel like I tell him all the time, like, Dad, if you was here, I feel like my game would advance even more because I'm with my rock. And when he's here training me, like I have my best games when I train with him a few days before the game. Yeah. So I think having my dad is definitely God sent. I've been working out with him since I picked up a basketball, and our connection, our bond is unmatched. And he's gonna be my trainer for the rest of my life.
That's beautiful. As a dad, that's touching to me.
Yeah.
I know y'all as moms feel the same.
Yeah, I mean, I know I always wished I had that with my dad. So yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
One more. What advice would you give any young female basketball players?
First things first. When I see basketball players that are girls, I usually see them in the gym with like either their mom or their dad or a trainer. And the first thing I would tell them is just make sure you're listening to that person that's actually there for you, wanting the best for you. I think my dad, I would go to the gym. It was times I didn't want to be there, but it worked out in the end. So I think the biggest thing is just knowing that person that's in your corner wants the best for you, and do everything that they're telling you to do. Don't let outside noise get in. You got to work hard. Hard work and dedication is what's going to get you to your goals. And if you're not willing to put that work in, if you're not getting the results you want, that's the reason why. So hard work is something that I always tell somebody young. Take your school seriously. You got to make sure you take care of your schoolwork, because without that, what are you going to do after basketball?
That's right.
It's a lot of advice I give out, but those are definitely the main things.
That's right.
That's beautiful.
That's amazing advice. Yes.
So Zaya, a lot of people say you play like Kyrie. Who are some of your favorite NBA players and your WNBA players?
Kyrie is definitely one of my favorites. Kobe, of course, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. For the women's side, Skylar Diggins is one of my favorites. Just her as a woman, as a person, the way she looks, everything about her is just something I want to be like. We got Kelsey Mitchell, Asia Durr, see her from Enrique. Yeah, it's a lot. I got a lot.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, what are your, like, you're in school, you're studying obviously too. What are you majoring in college?
Mass communications.
Awesome. And so, like, do you want to get into like broadcasting or sports broadcasting?
Yes, that's definitely my plan.
You definitely have the face for it, yeah. And then you're gonna have that background, so you're definitely gonna do great things. I can see it. That's why I said it, because I knew it. I said I could see her doing sports broadcasting for sure. I could
Definitely.
see you.
I was going to say, when you come home, you got to come co-host with us.
No, seriously though.
No, seriously.
Yes, we definitely want to get you in here when you come back home. So carve out some time for us.
Can I get one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Zaya, before we get out here, what you got planned for the off season? I know you ready to get some rest.
I don't think she has an off season. I think she's going to the Olympics to train for the Olympic team, right? Can you talk about that?
So, if I make the team, my main focus is just going to be getting ready for that.
Dang, that's amazing.
I wish I had a longer off season because it's a lot of stuff I want to work on.
Yes, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
It's a lot of things I want to work on personally, but just because I'm getting ready for USA, I'm just try to put everything together for that. But my off season gonna be all work. I wanted to take a few vacations, but that's looking a little slow. So
I'm gonna say what Shae. I'm gonna say what Shae always says. Not say if you make the team. We gonna speak you. You own the team.
You right. So you're speak that into existence.
Yes.
You own that team. Congratulations, girl.
Congratulations, and you repping all the way for the mud.
Hey,
I love it.
Hey, you grinding, girl.
Is there anybody that you want to give shout outs to, or like anybody that you want? I know you want to talk about your dad and your mom, but anybody else that shows you support in the city or in South Carolina where you're at now?
So if I put names out, I'm gonna have so many people.
Right.
I can't even really put names out.
Just say the home.
My just Toledo period. My immediate family, my family members, my friends. I had a group of people that were texting me every game. I don't want to say every name because I'm gonna get some. I don't want to make nobody mad. But
right.
My church members, everybody. I feel support from everybody in Toledo.
I love it.
That's beautiful. And you got our support here. I'm telling you.
You definitely have our support here.
Yes. Where can the people find you?
Yes.
On your social media.
Well, my Instagram is z.lodi_. My Twitter is just Zaya Cook. What else I got? Facebook, Zaya Cook. So you can find me at those names.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's what's up.
Well, again, congratulations on your season. You're doing amazing things. You're going places, and I think we're gonna see her in the NBA before she gets
we
to
are.
Yeah, she'll be in the WNBA.
Yeah, she's gonna be in the WNBA before we get to see her on ESPN broadcasting. But but yes, we're definitely gonna be following you. So make sure you stay connected with us here at the 419 Grind, and definitely when you come into town, please stop through so that we can sit down with you.
And we are so proud of you.
Peanuts.
I gotta get your information so I can link that up.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. We proud of you, girl.
Yes,
Keep
we are
grinding.
so proud of you. You're putting on for our city.
Yes.
We love you.
Thank you. Love you guys too.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Again, that was Zaya Cook all the way from South Carolina. We're here, 419 Grind.
Yes.
You know we keep the exclusives. It's me, Leah Renee, my girl Shae K, Clyde Green, and Jay.
Wow.
You know what we do. It's
Yes.
the #1 podcast, the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Talk that.
Exclusively.
Hey.
And like me and Shae K always say, until next time. Mwah.
Watch out now.
Thanks for watching this exclusive interview with the 419grind.com.
My name is Taylor, and I'm about to show you how to make a candle. Anyway, this is basically the setup. So if you were to come into a class, this is what this would look like. I would hand this to you, and you would pick out up to 2 scents that you want your candle to smell like. You get one of these. This is how much fragrance you're gonna put in the candle. You're gonna put the warning sticker on the bottom of your jar. Sorry. Right, super easy. None of this stuff has to be perfect. A lot of people think like everything has to be centered, and it doesn't. As long as it's, you know what I mean, like not sticking off the side of the jar, then you're fine. Before we pour the fragrance into the wax and all of that good stuff, you want to do that. Oh, and then you need to name your candle too. So, and we want to get it down between 155 and 145. I didn't put my gloves on, but that's okay. So this really long skinny stick, we're just using it to stir. It stirs everything. It's gonna stir the wax now to try and cool it down. You want them to smell like whatever scent you want to smell like. So this is the fragrance, this 1 ounce of fragrance. Yeah, so after you put the fragrance in the wax, then you're gonna stir it for like 3 to 5 minutes. In your pour pot, and that's totally okay. You don't want to overfill it because then when you go to light it, the wax is going to come out of the candle, and you don't want that either. That's like the perfect temperature because you can kind of see it like almost fogging up a little bit towards the bottom, which means that it's starting to set. Yeah, see, you can see it.
We can do nice spaces.
been a while since I gave you a place.
You out here acting so crazy. If you've been in love, you know where I'm coming from. But I wanna love you, wanna hold you. I'll do anything for you, let me show you. Cause you my girl, and I can't live without you in my world.
Nothing's on my mind, just make sure I make it home to you. I love the way that body move, that attitude, I can't keep on controlling myself. Got you all up in rotation, got you asking for more. Your love so amazing, we can't keep this basic. You know I got you. It's all because of you. I'm never setting no rules. You brighten up my day in every special way.
Talk to you since you were dead. You get love from your friends.
Girl, we say that he love me, but he really don't. And he's capable of trying, but he really won't. You see, I'm tired of getting my hopes up, get knocked down, get back up. I should've seen a sign, but you know that love is blind. People always say, Shae, it's easy for you. You a young girl in your own world. You're crazy, sexy, cool. Tell me, who is loving you? Tell me, who can I run to? Baby, it is only you to love. Take a minute, girl, come sit down and tell me what's been happening. I see mystery in your eyes, a lot of untold stories, a misunderstood cries. In this dude, yeah, he's cool, but is it good for ya? You bring out the best in him, but it's the worst for ya. Heartbreak and clean slate, got the world on your shoulders, causing back pains. Over and over you try. Get your boy. This misery craving company. Problem is I don't go where I don't need to be. Problem is I turn up but it don't sound right. My problem is that I can't afford downtime. So unlucky in love, man, I tell you, I'm so scared to choose. I could be swimming till I'm committed. Real love, I deserve it, but it don't seem worth it.
I don't know a thing about love, so obviously I don't deserve you. I don't really know what I want, so I can see how that only hurts you. How did I let this shit happen? I overlooked everything with my head in the clouds. Do what you need to be happy. I can't expect you to stay while I figure it out. Why do I feel so much pressure? I can't give anything if I'm not good for myself. Maybe I'm better alone. I know there's so much to learn. Love.
Feelings, then you showed up, froze up. You can brag, I was watching if I'm honest. Dive in my deep deep in and pull me closer. To leave me swimming side to side inside your ocean mind. I'm drowning in your thoughts, I feel surrounded by your past. I've been crying while you're next to me, I can't hold nothing back. Why can't you just tell me what you want? I could give you all, would give you all my love.
I can tell you've been needing somebody. Here to stay, I can be that somebody. Don't you play, can't believe in nobody. What do I lack? Left all that hurt, left all that pain in the past. I'm hoping it lasts, too broken to ask. Told her I don't really come from a big town, but I'm the one that got it poppin' after Chris Brown. Now I'm moving up the charts, got a big sound. I know the sister those that missed out.
Before a nigga take mine, he gon' have to take 9. And if cabin was a race, then you niggas would be all tied. Had to go away just to get my mind on track. A lot of love and now I want my baby back. You're the only reason that I feel the way that I feel. Can't nobody love me like you. All the drama we done been through. Lovers come and lovers go. Rush is back, it's good to be home.
Hella problems in my own life, plus my city going crazy. Every day somebody dying, ain't lived life, most of them babies. Learn to hustle from my uncles, him move swifter than your father's. Times my pride won't let me ask for help, I'm gon' get mine regardless. Never stress on shit that set you back, lessons push you farther. I know, life get hard at times, seems like the pain won't let you go. Find strength inside your trials, they were sent to help you grow.
Bad little bit, yeah, you some pressure. You got a man, you can't have friends, don't miss your blessing. I'm up next, I'm on that, got her undressing. If that's your bitch, she steady texting. She keep her lips around my eye. 80,000 streams just from pulling over. I love it when you ride, let me sit back, recline. Silhouette you in your zone, I'm seeing red. We'll make it home. We both coming where we going, I'm just glad you came. Weak in the knees, that's WV. Leg shake, you make it rain. For the R&B king, no Jacquees. Don't mention R&B without me.
Yo, we sold out. Shit was popping last night.
Hey, you sure you want this fiend looking after the spot?
Well, fuck you, old grimace-looking motherfucker. You ain't no fucking
nigga,
fiend.
You can't take a fucking joke, nigga.
Man, fuck you,
nigga,
man.
it's a fucking joke.
You know I ain't no fucking fiend. Come on, man. Fuck what he talking about, man. Who making the drop? Bobby or D-Love?
I'm doing my damn self.
Hey, you want me to come with you?
Nah.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, B?
God damn. Word got out about this spot quick, huh?
It's perfect. Where you can find this place at anyway?
Walk past it all the time, hitting the record store.
You been smoking our shit till you passed out? Oh, I wasn't smoking. I was just tired. Y'all got me working like fucking 48 hours straight. You think this shit is a game, nigga? You think this shit is a game? Devon ain't here, so now you wanna smoke and shit, huh? Now you wanna smoke and shit? You wanna smoke some shit, nigga? Here you go, nigga. Shoot, son, I'm sorry. Sorry my ass. Devon should've been got rid of your crack bitch ass, nigga. I will have it again, I promise. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's because of the spot. He's on his way to the hill. Where? Bobby set up a joint on Osgood by that boarded up bodega.
I told you. It's about the location and it ain't about them having better shit.
They definitely ain't got better shit. Niggas know that Red Tops is this shit. But, you know, things need to fix sooner than later.
The fuck happened to your face?
Dennis.
Niggas like to play with fire, huh?
May Gear. Hoodies, t-shirts, kids wear, headwear, and more. Use promo code 419GRIND to get 20% off the entire site. Visit them at mudmade.com. That's MUDMADE.com.